All right, here we are at Cliff Palace, and you're gonna love this video, no question about it. Mesa Verde National Park, that's right folks, just northeast of the Four Corners. That's right, we've got Arizona, we've got Utah, we've got Colorado and New Mexico, and right north of there to the northwest, not that far, is Mesa Verde National Park. All kinds of Indian ruins. You guys are gonna love to check this out. And get ready, we're gonna show you an awesome video, some great tips. Let's go check it out. We got a great video for you today on how to have fun outdoors. Mesa Verde National Park, and boy oh boy, you're gonna wanna watch this one. If you haven't, please subscribe to the channel. It means so much to us. Check out our Facebook, Instagram page, and our website, howtohavefunoutdoors.com, with all kinds of vacation ideas, vacation tips, you name it. Today, that's right, we're at another national park, and this one is super cool. Tons of history here. Mesa Verde National Park is an American national park and UNESCO World Heritage Site, and it's located in Colorado, and it's the only World Heritage Site in Colorado. The park actually protects some of the best preserved Pueblo sites in the United States. It was established by Congress and President Theodore Roosevelt way back in 1906. The park occupies an incredible 52,000 acres near the Four Corner region of the American Southwest, with more than 5,000 sites, including 600 cliff dwellings. It's actually remarkable when you're there. It's like you're in a whole different world. But you know, the cliff dwelling there in North America, especially the Cliff Palace, is one of the largest structures known in all of North America. Well, let's go ahead and get started. And we could not find a campground. It was springtime, so guess what? We got our camper van, Coachman Beyond, and hit the local Walmart, and right next door, the Wigglin' Pig. Everybody told us that's the place to go for breakfast. So if you get there earlier in the year, the campgrounds aren't open. Really nice Walmart and a great place for breakfast, no question about that. Take a look as we entered here. And the decor was awesome, but better yet, the breakfast was excellent. That's right. So we definitely recommend getting an early, heavy-duty breakfast, because when you head out to Mesa Verde, there is not a lot of options for chow. So definitely, you know, as we drove out of town, we headed right up to the mountains. And like I'd mentioned before, you know, 1906, this national park was established by Theodore Roosevelt. And no question about it, it is an awesome place.
Yay! Mesa Verde!
We made it!
So cool entrance as you come in here, but what's really nice is this visitor center. So as I mentioned also, it is a UNESCO World Heritage Site since 1978, covers over 52,000 acres. And boy, this is probably one of the nicest visitor center that we have visited in all of the national parks. It was absolutely amazing, and such detail, lots of history. And as we go inside, you'll get to see it yourself. So let's just sit back, play some music, and check out Mesa Verde.
Tell me, do the seasons change? In your mind, coming in with the rain. Tell me, does it feel like home? Let it in, let it go on now. Pull it close.
As I mentioned, the visitor center is amazing, and they even lay out, if you have a half day, a full day, 2 full days, what to recommend to see. Super cool. All right, it's been a great trip so far, and here we are. We finally made it to the Mesa Verde National Park. Just a little bit of rewind. As you guys know, we were all the way over here at Monument Valley. This is where Arizona, Utah meet. We brought this all the way around, came back over to the Four Corners. That's right. You've got New Mexico, Colorado, Utah, Arizona. And from here, we took it all the way up to Cortez, did some great hiking over in this area here. And today we're at Mesa Verde and we're excited about this one. Such a cool place. I was here when I was a little kid. Let's go check it out. Okay, hiking Mesa Verde, they've got some great trails in 3 different areas. You've got the Chapin Mesa trails. So you can see here, lots of different layouts, 2.4 miles on that Spruce Canyon. Over here, 2.4, 1 point on the Soda Canyon. Lots of cool stuff there. Then as we come over from the Chapin area, which is at the back of the park, over to the Weather Reel Mesa trails, you can see there's a bunch of cool trails all through this area. Also pretty nice. And then even up here at the Moorfield Campground, up near the visitor center, you've got lots of cool trails. You can get right up to this lookout point of over 8,000 feet. And you've got the Lookout Trail, 2.2 miles, Knife Edge Trail, 2 miles. How about this one over here, the Ridge Trail, 7.8 miles. Some great stuff to check out. And as you can see, all of these trails got some great scenic views and lots to see. And we highly recommend hiking out here at Mesa Verde. Clearly, if you go hiking, carry lots of water and be aware that pets are not allowed on the trails. If there's a cement walkway, they are allowed, but on the trails, they are not. We bought Gypsy and Rocky. They had a great time. They were able to stay on the cement trails around the lookouts in the different areas, and it was just fine. Also, inside the visitor center, lots of souvenirs. You can get food there, bathrooms, obviously, and the displays, like I had mentioned earlier, are just world class. So they did a phenomenal job with this facility.
If you could just see me now, would you believe it now? Clouds breaking, the sky spilling over.
Really like Sun Point view because you can see Cliff Palace from afar, but you have 4 other cliff dwelling villages in the same view shed.
Okay.
The whole community right there. And yeah, then the Cliff Palace loop is open as well. You got 4 or 5 different overlooks. And like I told the group before, you can't see Balcony House from the main parking lot of Balcony House because it's underneath your feet. I would bypass this and just drive a half mile up. And if you want to do a little walk, Soda Canyon Overlook Trail is open, 1.2 mile round trip. In and out spur trail, but it takes you to a bluff over here to look back at the cliff.
Okay.
To see Balcony. So there's a big sign that will direct you to whatever decision you want to do.
Okay. But there's
Pretty much you'll drive 20 miles and that 4-way stop is your first stop sign that you'll run into.
okay, right over here from the top.
And then the first 15 miles, no cultural sites, but these are nice scenic overlooks.
Okay.
Maybe stop at the ones on your way in that you could turn right into, and on your way out, then turn right into the ones that you can.
There's the visitor center here, Liche off of 160 as we come up. Campground right here, all the way to those lookouts, but then wow, all the way to the back, like you said, about 20 miles, 25 miles. Pretty awesome, huh?
Yes, it's awesome. It's so exciting.
The Visitor Center offers all kinds of educational programs, include ranger-led talks and interactive displays. But the one thing to keep in mind about this park is you want to book an entire day for this national park. And when you do leave the Visitor Center, which is absolutely fantastic, like we stated earlier, you've got to drive another 20-some miles to the back of the park where you're going to see all of those cliff dwellings. And that's what you really want to see. You also got to keep an eye on the weather. If there's snow, if you get earlier in the year, that can be shut down to the back or late, obviously. But in any case, definitely, take a look at the weather ahead of time. And keep in mind, you got to book a full day here. It really takes that much time. And when you do get back to those cliff palace and the cliff dwellings and all the different stuff, it's just mesmerizing. You just want to hang out there all day because it's just like nothing you've ever seen. And it's not just one. It's a bunch of these areas where you can just feel the vibe of how big of a cultural, site this was. And it's pretty amazing overall. But definitely bring some cash for the kids and yourself, because they've got all kinds of souvenirs and cool stuff to buy. You're going to definitely love it. Mesa Verde is one great national park.
You believe it now? Clouds breaking, the sky spilling over. I'm coming clean in the water. You were just holding out for everything you got now. Come close, you can lean on my shoulder. We're coming clean in the water. Tell me, does the light get low when you're left with the world all alone? Tell me, does the time slow?
All right, so Alice, you got that pass. That's the way to go, the annual pass.
Yeah.
Just show the pass at each one of these national parks and you're good to go. So folks, here we are. We made it.
If you could just see me now, you would believe it now. Clouds breaking, the sky spilling over. I'm coming clean in the water. You were just holding out. I think that you're guided now. Go dive in and take back your power. We're coming clean in the water. We're gonna take back the power, turning a page in an hour. We're gonna take back our power.
Okay, so here's our first junction, Alice, and as you can see, the Cliff Palace Balcony House Mesa Top Loop, where we're going, is all to the left. The museum, Spruce Tree House is all to the right. But for sure, we were told you got to get to Mesa Top Loop. We can bring the doggies. You get to walk right up by the ruins, and then we're also going to take a look at the cliff and the balcony. So, are you ready, Gypsy?
Yes, we are ready. So let's
Let's
go
do
to
it.
Mesa Top Loop.
So we were so excited. We got to the pit house, and this was our very first spot to check out, and it was super cool. We got to learn how the evolution of these Indians lived, and it started with their just little underground huts. And, you know, they have these pavilions set up. There's a bunch of these where you can see all these original huts, the first permanent homes of these Indians way, 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 way back. But that was just the beginning. As we moved along, it was super fun. And as you can see here, the lookouts from this area are just phenomenal. Beautiful, beautiful lookouts. And as you look down in these valleys, that's when you started to see all of the different dwellings, and we had a great time. We met a lot of nice people and a lot of great trails to hike around this area. Overall, the scenery is just fantastic. There's wildlife, hiking, all kinds of cool things to do here. But again, you had all of these super cool lookout areas. And trails like this one that are actually paved, you can bring the dogs down and they'll highlight that to you at the visitor center, what trails you can take the dogs on. And they just had a blast. Take a look at Rocky and Gypsy here, just going to town to these different lookouts, having a fun time. But let's get back to this awesome video. Our first dwelling was the square tower house. That's right, this cliff dwelling was pretty awesome, and it got you in that vibe to check out the rest of it. And here you can see the Mesa top sites, all the people having a good time. But, you know, no question, this is a lot of fun because you just drive down this road and there's site after site after site, and you get to see all of these different dwellings. And later in the video, you're gonna see some of the areas that are just absolutely amazing. So let's go ahead and continue to watch this one and get ready for some amazing cliff dwellings. So our biggest tip for Mesa Verde National Park is to come to Sun Point View. That's right. Why? Because from this one lookout, take a look, folks, you can see Fire Temple, you can see New Firehouse, Oak Tree House, the Sun Temple, the Mummy House, and the Cliff Palace. All of this from this location right here. And if you look down, 1, 2, 3 over here, 4, 5, absolutely amazing. Well, as you guys know, with How to Have Fun Outdoors YouTube channel, we are all about providing you tips, vacation ideas, adventures outside. And, you know, we highly recommend this national park. For a few more tips for this park, we would most definitely recommend binoculars. That's right. There are all kinds of these cliff dwellings, and with binoculars, you can look in and get a really nice view of those areas. There are some permanent scopes on site that help with the situation, like this one here. Also bring some sunglasses, suntan lotion. You're up in the sky. It's pretty bright while we were there, and no question, we enjoyed it. Next is the Oak Tree House. That's right, folks. This one is super cool. And the Oak Tree House dates back to the late 1100s to early 1200s, a period that increased the building of these, cliff dwellings themselves. So the Oak Tree House is a famous one. And as you can see, the lookout is really nice from this area. And you can see all the way down the range of different cliff dwellings as you go forward. But this one has about 50 rooms, includes both residential and ceremonial spaces. Depending on the time of the year, they do have cliff dwelling tours, guided tours, but you've got to book those ahead, and they don't have them early in the year or late in the year based on the snow, the weather, those kind of things, as it's not safe. But in the summertime they do, but they book up quickly. So another great tip is to really try to plan that out and book it ahead of time with the park and try to get into those dwellings. Wow, Fire Temple, New Firehouse. Liche, we got another one.
Yes, are you ready to go to see the Fire Temple? Let's go.
Let's do it. Come on. saved the best for last with the Cliff Palace view. That's right, this one is absolutely incredible. It's the largest cliff dwelling in North America, and there are plenty of scopes to check it out. It is incredible. That's right, you can't really tell from this video, but over 150 rooms, and it is huge. When you're there, you just can't get over how amazing it is and what kind of village you had there at one time. It must have been amazing. And this whole valley is filled with those cliff dwellings, and kind of reminds you a lot of Italy and the Roman, ruins all over that country. And it definitely brought back some memories of our Italian
super cool.
trips.
Look at this, Alice. So exciting.
I love discovering the Indians.
Okay, so here's the whole map opened up. Here is the visitor center, the front gate. You drive all the way around. You got a nice campground right in there, all along this ridge line. Lots of lookouts, absolutely fantastic. Come all the way down, and we went with, that's right, the Mesa Top Loop, which the gentleman over there at the visitor center stated
It was his favorite.
it was absolutely by far his favorite, because you get to see all of these, the Cliff Palace, all of the different ones, the Square Tower House, etc., the Spruce Tree House. So it's absolutely awesome. So that is no question the place to go at Mesa Verde National Park.
Well, overall, we hope you enjoyed the video. We had a lot of fun. There was still a little bit of snow on the ground, so we had a little bit of a snowball fight, as you can see here. But the overall lookouts on the way back are absolutely incredible. Don't forget to hit each one of them, as there are some spectacular views from the top of this ridge, and they are incredible. A lot of fun. But overall, hopefully all these tips helped you out. But next time you're in that Four Corners area in that southwest section of Colorado, you definitely want to check out Mesa Verde. It is a lot of fun. We really enjoyed it. And from all of us, thanks for watching How to Have Fun Outdoors. One last tip is the Kennebec restaurant. That's right, Alice said, you gotta put that in there. That was amazing. And guess what? As you leave the park and you head east, that's right, towards, as you go to central Colorado, right on the same road, you're gonna run into this restaurant. And I gotta tell you, this was one of the best restaurants in our 4-month trip, as we traveled all over the country, from New Hampshire to Florida, Florida to Texas, Texas to California, California, all the way back to New Hampshire. But take a look. Outstanding wine. Beautiful restaurant. The food was spectacular. Huge scallops. Take a look at the steak. It was outstanding.